Hi there, you're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now with me, Shreyanshi Singh and Srishti Sharma. And over the next 1 hour, we'll get all of your stock-related queries answered from both a technical as well as a fundamental perspective. Well, first things first, we've got to take a look at the market. And Srishti, it does look like a very tepid move coming in, whole host of sectors holding on to that tinge of red.
Well, certainly, Shreyanshi, and that's the profit booking what we are seeing on the benchmark indices. A couple of reasons indeed, because just the global handover wasn't that great. We have seen a spike in the dollar index as well as the FII buying after such a long while wasn't giving that much of a confidence. It seems like that the pressure is once again coming in indeed, because just yesterday we had what a move on both the benchmark indices. So some cool off from those levels, but the good part is, and the silver lining is, the Nifty is defending that support level of 24,000 mark. India VIX is in the red territory. That is giving some confidence to the bulls out there, and the broader market space is actually favorable. If you see the NSE advance and decline ratio, the number of advances is significantly higher in terms of the ratio that is panning out. But sector specific, believe it's the day of the oil and gas space, because all of these counters, be it from ONGC, because that is the stock in focus on the back of a brokerage note. Other than that, if we talk about some of the other counters, IGL, MGL, even Oil India for a matter, those stocks are doing well today. If we look at Avenue Supermarts, then yes, this stock has to be the stock of the day after the Q3 updates. What a move on this one. A rub-off impact of some of these peers is what we are seeing. But on the auto space, the action continues, and they continue to be in the fast lane, would say. Tata Motors, Maruti Suzuki also making into the top gainers list. On the flip side, Hero MotoCorp, a disappointing set, indeed is the top loser on the Nifty 50. Other than that, the tech heavies, Wipro, TCS, even Tech Mahindra, Infosys, these are the counters that are reeling under pressure. So constructive, the market is fairly decent at this point in time. Nothing to complain much, but yes, indeed, on the benchmark indices, a fall coming, almost a % cut coming in on Nifty Bank as well as for Nifty 50. 172 points of declines is what we are witnessing. But with this, Shreyanshi, time now to take all of our stock-related queries indeed.
Well, absolutely, Srishti. It is really indeed Avenue Supermarts that's shining away, shining bright and trade. But yes, let's start taking all of your stock-related queries. But viewers, before we do that, the number that you can write to us is flashing on your screens as well as on the top of your screens. Do remember to mention the buy price for the stocks that you're already invested in. For the ones that you hope to invest in, do remember to mention the time horizon as well. But with that, let's kickstart the show and connect with both of our guests. We do have Rajesh Bhosale, who's a technical analyst at Angel One, joining us, as well as Rupak Day, senior technical analyst at LKP Securities as well. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. I wanted to take the first query that is coming in from Odisha. And this one is about Maruti Suzuki. In fact, 10 shares is what our investor is holding on to at a buy price of 12,000 rupees. For the last 4 months, they've been holding on to it, sitting tight. But what do you think, Rupak, they should do at this point then?
Suzuki has given a consolidation breakout both on daily as well as on a weekly chart. So midterm and the short-term view is positive, and I think this rally might extend towards 12,200. Then above 12,200, another rally is possible. If the stock sustains above 12,200, then further rally towards 13,600 can be seen. However, we need to be watchful if the stock moves beyond 12,200 or not. If the stock fails to move beyond that, then there might be some profit booking. And currently, the stock is having a positive momentum with a stop loss of 11,600.
All right, that's the technical take coming in on Maruti Suzuki, but this time the December auto sales data were really supportive. But moving on to the next counter, and this is also one of those beaten down names. Rupak, this query is coming in from Supratim Chakravarti, who is holding 285 shares of Aarti Industries, purchased at an average price of 540 rupees. He's a long-term investor. What is your advice here? Buy, sell or hold?
The stock can be held with a stop loss of 410. The stock needs to move beyond 430 decisively. Asked for Aarti Industries, right?
Yes, Rupak, please go on. Help us with your take.
Okay, so we have a resistance at 430. The stock needs to move beyond 430 decisively. Above 430, the stock might move towards 460 and higher. So currently, the stock can be held with a stop loss of 410.
So that's a take coming in as far as Aarti Industries then is concerned. The next one that we in fact have is coming in from Karthik, writing to us from Bengaluru. Wants to know about Hudco. 50 shares is what he's holding on to at a price of 285 rupees. In fact, he's sitting at a loss, Rajesh. What do you make of this one then?
Good morning. And if we talk about Hudco, so this week we are seeing a higher bottom structure being formed on the daily chart for the Hudco. And observe also, if we observe, the volume structure has increased. So we expect that in the near term, the stock can head back towards the 260 level, which is its previous swing high, and then further extend towards 285, 290. So for now, he can hold on to the positions. The stock has made a higher bottom, so somewhere around 225 can be the stop loss, which he can cap.
All right, that's the take coming in on Hudco. But let's move on and let's take the next query that is actually coming in. This query is coming in on HDFC Life, and Rajesh, if you can help Uday on his purchase of HDFC Life. He's holding 600 shares, bought at an average price of 615 rupees. Should he continue to hold on? He's looking for a next 2 years investment horizon.
So if we see, this is one of the underperformer, and despite a broader market showing signs of reversals, this stock is still underperforming. But if you see in the past, in the July month, the stock had rallied from the same levels towards 740 to 750 level. So currently the stock is on the support somewhere around 590 to 585 is a support. So with a stop loss of 585, he can hold on to it. But on a bounce back, 650 is a very stiff resistance. So when it comes back towards 650, that would be the levels where he can exit on a bounce.
All right, then the next one that we have is coming in on the star performer for today, Avenue Supermarts. Rupak, what do you make of this one? Because we do have an investor, RK Ahuja, who's asking about Avenue Supermarts. He wants to know if this is a good time to enter at this point, and he also wants to know Adani Green and Adani Transmission. Which one do you think is better amongst the two then?
So I think demand would be better than Adani Green. The stock has given a decisive breakout above the previous swing high. Previously, the stock was falling continuously, but then it found support and it was making a base. Then today it moved above its crucial moving average, and currently the stock is sustaining significantly above the moving average. And the stock is a buy on dips because the stock has moved up significantly in today's trading session. So it's a buy on dips kind of stock. One can hold the stock or can buy at a dip around 4,000 for a target of around 4,600 in the short term.
All right, that's the take on this particular counter. But Rupak, help us with your take on sale as well, because Sudarshan wants to know the stop loss and target price of sale for 30th January call option. Actually, Rupak, I believe it could be a tough one because he didn't share his buy price, the price that he has entered in, or whether he already has this call option or not. But just help us with your outlook on sale, as well as how is this 30th January call option expected to perform. Let's take it an at the money call option of say 115.
So particular call option can be held with a stop loss of 3 rupees 30 paisa. And if we look at the spot chart, the stock is looking positive, slightly positive. I'm not saying it has given a strong breakout. It is trying to give a recovery in the short term. So I think the short term recovery looks possible, and the stock might move towards 117, 120. Till the time it is remaining above 113. So 113 would be a stop loss for him, and 120 might be the target.
Those are the levels to keep in mind when it comes to sale then. But time for a very quick breather on the show. When we come back, we'll continue taking all of your stock related queries. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. Well, let's continue taking all of your stock-related queries. In fact, the next one that we have, Rupak, is coming in from Satya, who's writing to us about a couple of counters. So TVS Motors, as well as Ashok Leyland, are the ones that he's looking at. He wants to know if there are any target prices you have in mind and any entry points that you're looking at then.
Uh, In the case of Ashok Leyland, the stock has given a falling trend line breakout, and also it is sustaining above its a long-term moving average of 200 days, 200 DMA. The stock is looking good for buy, and the stop loss can be placed below 224, and target can be kept at 260.
All right, so those are the levels when it comes to Ashok Leyland. All of these auto counters are doing pretty well in even in today's trading session, as we can see. But moving on, then the next query that we have is coming in on Nykaa, and Rajesh, if you can help B Soumya with her investment in Nykaa at a price of 164 rupees. What is the target expected in the short-term period? Continue to hold on.
Yeah, so stock, I mean, in the last few sessions, we have seen a bounce in Nykaa. Possibly this bounce can extend towards 179 to 180 levels, which is its 200 DMA. So can hold on to the longs with a stop loss of 160. But I would suggest any further bounce towards 180, 185 should be taken as an exit opportunity, because we don't see any major performance in this counter as of now.
Alright, then that's a take coming in as far as Nykaa is concerned. The next one is coming in from Pavitra, writing to us from Bengaluru, Rupak, and she wants to know about a couple of counters, Dixon Tech as well as Reliance Industries. What do you make of these two counters and any entry points that you then have in mind for both of these?
So Dixon can be a buy at the current price, and I think the stop loss would be 18,000, and the target would be 19,200 in the short term. It has given a consolidation breakout. The second one is Reliance. The stock is looking very positive for it for a movement towards 1300 in the short term. One can initiate a long position around 1230 kind of level, and a stop loss can be placed below 1214.
That's about both of these names. But moving on, then the next query that we have is coming in on a stock named Tata Power, wherein Vishal from Dubai wants to know about Tata Power, like what is the outlook. He's been already holding the share at a price of 341 rupees. Rajesh, if you can help him with his investment in Tata Power, and not just that, also help him with your take on Adani Ports, holding the shares at a price of 1,036 rupees.
So as of now, we are seeing a bullish full fave on the Tata Power stock, and somewhere around 385 to 380 is a buying zone. So can hold on to it. 380 would be the immediate stop loss. On the bounce back, he can expect a move towards 425 to 430 in a near term. This counter is a bit slow in nature, but over a period of time, we expect this bounce to continue towards 425, 430, and the support is around 380. The second counter which you asked is Adani Ports. This stock is a bit volatile in nature. Entire Adani Group is a bit volatile in nature. On the daily chart, definitely there is a higher bottom structure somewhere around 1170. So keeping a stop loss of 1170 can hold on to it. On a bounce, immediate resistance come somewhere around 1300 previously as well. Stock corrected from the 1300. So 1300 will be the first resistance, and once it crosses, then we can expect a uptrend in the counter.
That's a take coming in as far as Adani Ports is concerned. Tell you what, Rajesh, I'm going to come right back to you, because we do have Balaji writing to us from Chennai, wants to know about 100 shares of GNFC that he's holding on to. Buy price was just about 715 rupees. What do you make of this one then?
Now, GNFC is placed on a support in the November month as well. The stock rallied from year 550 towards 655, and then we have seen a vertical fall. So the stock is seeing some volatile moves, but since it's currently placed at a support levels, 550 can be kept as a support. Positive divergence is visible, and on a bounce, expect 620 to 630 levels.
All right, that's the take coming in on GNFC. The next query that we have, Rupak, is coming in from Renuka from Kerala, and she wants a suggestion on stocks like Tata Motors, HAL, and BEL. Amongst these three, any stock that you like at this point in time for a fresh investment here?
Tata Motor would be a good pick for a strong recovery. I think the stock has made a base around 720 and 750, in between 720 and 750, and currently the stock is ready for a significant up move. I think till the time the stock is sustaining above 760, the stock has a very good chance to move towards 820. Above 820, the stock might move towards 900 in the short term. So definitely it's a very good stock to hold with a stop loss of 760.
A good stock to hold on to, but time for a very quick breather on the show. Then when we come back, we'll continue taking all of your stock related queries. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. Well, let's continue taking all of your stock related queries. And in fact, the next one that we have is coming in from Rajendra, who's writing to us from Bengaluru. Wants to know about 100 shares of Vedanta. Buy price was just about 277 Rupak. What do you make of this one?
It's taking support around its previous swing low on the daily chart, and I think it has also taken a support just above 200 days moving average. So it's a stock which can witness a recovery in the short term. I think on the higher end, 500 can be seen. Immediate resistance is there at 475. Above that, 500 can be seen. On the lower end, support is at 444. 100%.
That's the take coming in on Vedanta. We're moving on then. The next query is coming in on Coal India. And Rajesh, what's your advice on this one? Because Karthik from Chennai has purchased this stock close to 450 rupees. Yes, indeed, he's at a loss and he's holding 500 quantity. So good time to average at this particular point. His time horizon is to stay invested for the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, so currently Coal India is placed around strong supports of weekly 50 moving average. And also we are seeing that bullish engulfing pattern is forming in this week. Also volumes are pretty high as compared to average volume. So yes, from here we can expect a bounce back. On a bounce, the next resistance comes somewhere around 435 to 440. So with a stop loss of 375 to 370 can be bought with the immediate target of 435.
That's a take coming in as far as Coal India then is concerned. The next one that we in fact have is coming in on PI Industries. Now the investor's not written his name, Rupak, but he wants to know about PI Industries. Buy price was 4,200 rupees. 70 shares is what he's holding on to. What do you make of this one then?
So PI industry needs to move beyond a 3750 decisively to witness a strong recovery. Till the time it is not happening, I think directional move is not expected in the counter. It might remain within a band of 3750 and 3650. And once the stock moves beyond 3750, it is likely to move towards 4200. And in that case, the stop loss would be 3700 itself.
All right, that's about PI Industries. But the next query that we have, Rupak, is specifically for you, coming in from Preetham Chatterjee. His query is, could you highlight the next move in Divi's Lab? He has bought these shares at a close price close to 6,110 rupees. So what's your advice, Rupak, in this one?
So, along with other pharmaceutical stock, this stock is also looking very good for the short term. I think a strong breakout is needed in the stock. However, the stock has recently gave a first breakout above 59.50. So till the time it is remaining above 59.50, the stock is likely to remain in a bull's grip, and on the higher end, the stock might move towards 6,300 in the short term.
All right, then that's the take coming in as far as Divi's Labs then is concerned. The next one that we in fact have is coming in from Raj Gopalan, writing to us about Midhani or Mishra Dhatu Nigam. Buy price was 393 rupees for 225 shares. Rajesh, what do you make of this one then?
So yes, we are seeing higher bottom structure. I mean, this stock has seen vertical moves, but now it's placed on a support. Recently, after November strong move, the prices have corrected with low volumes, and we expect that with the development in the broader market, the stock can perform well. So 385 to 390 would be the immediate upside which can be expected. But one needs to keep a strict stop loss of 330, because if 330 is broken, then the prices will further slip back towards 300. So 330 would be the stop loss, and on the high side, 385 will be the resistance.
Right, that's the take coming in on Medhani then. But the next query that I have is coming in from Jai Krishnan from Kerala. And Rupak, if you can help him with your take on Apollo Hospitals, at what level can he go ahead and enter Apollo Hospitals for a medium term?
Hospital has given a breakout above 7,400. 7,300, but then it was required to give a strong breakout above 7,400. But today it is trading below that. But overall sentiment looks positive to me. And till the time it is remaining above 7,100, I think positivity might prevail in the stock. And on the higher end, the stock might move towards 8,000 in the short term.
Take coming in as far as Apollo Hospitals then is concerned, it does look like healthcare is on our investors' radars, because we have a lot of queries pouring in when it comes to this particular pack. The next one that we have, in fact, is coming in on Alembic Pharma, 200 shares. Can the investor hold on to this one? Because the buy price was around 158 rupees. Now, this is a query coming in from Krishna from Chennai. 200 shares, buy price 158. Rupak, what do you make of it?
So Alembic Pharma needs to move beyond 1,080 mark to witness a strong recovery. And till the time it is not happening, I think the consolidation might continue. There is a consolidation band at 1,080 and 1,030. Above 1,080, the stock might witness a recovery towards 1,290.
Coming in on Alembic Pharma, but believe there are a lot of queries from the pharma stocks itself in today's trading session, because the next query is coming in on Natco Pharma as well as Biocon. And Rajesh, if you can help Radha Krishnan from Bangalore with his investments, with your take on both of these names, Natco Pharma as well as Biocon, are these good stocks to enter even at current levels, but for a long term?
From a short-term perspective, we are seeing that since last couple of months, Natco Pharma is trading in a range somewhere around 1,500 on the high side and 1,300 on the lower side. So until we see a momentum breaking out of this zone, the stock will continue to consolidate. So if he wants to enter, he can look to buy on a dip around 1,300, where we can see previous swing low along with 200 DMA, or else on a breakout beyond 1,500. So as of now, it's a sideways counter can avoid. The second counter which he asked is Biocon. So Biocon definitely an outperformer, and we are seeing a fresh breakout in Biocon. A symmetrical triangle is in process, and if we observe the RSI, the preemptive breakout is confirmed. So possibly the stock is headed towards 390 to 400 levels. Can be bought with a stop loss kept below 340 and the target somewhere around 400 to 410 levels.
Srishti, I don't know about you, but I do know about the investors that pharma is really the pick of this particular segment. But I'm going to take a quick breather from looking at the pharma pack, take a query coming in on Bandhan Bank then, because Lakshmi is writing to us from Sikandarabad and wants to know about 250 shares of Bandhan Bank that she's holding on to. 240 was the buy price. Rupak, what do you make of this one then?
It's continuously falling with a lower top, low bottom formation on the daily chart, and we need a closing above 162 to witness a recovery in the stock. Once the stock moves beyond 162 on a closing basis, the stock might move towards 170 kind of level in the short term. And if somebody is holding the stock, he or she can hold the stock with a stop loss of 157.
Coming in on Bandhan Bank then. But Rupak, the next query that we have is coming in from Thomas George. He's holding 500 shares of Bharat Dynamics and his buy price is 1,555 rupees per share. What to do with this one? This stock has also seen some profit booking or some pressure from those levels. Would you advise to average this counter, hold on, or move out completely?
Average, I think if the stock moves beyond 1160 decisively, then the stock can be averaged out. And in that case, the stock might move towards 1300 in the short term. So it's not a level to average the stock. So they can hold, but the stop loss can be placed below 1120.
Also take coming in as far as Bharat Dynamics then is concerned. The next one that we have in fact is coming in about Piramal Pharma for the long term. Any target price, Rupak, that you then have in mind? Because we do have our investor who's Praveen Kumar writing to us from Kerala, wants to know about this particular counter then.
Pharma can be held with the stop loss of 250. Once the stock falls below 250, the stock might become weak. So one need to hold the stock with a stop loss of 250. Once on the other end, if the stock moves beyond 262 decisively, then there might be a significant rally towards the higher level. Towards 274 can be seen in the short term.
That's the take coming in Piramal Pharma. But with this, viewers, it's once again time to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back and we will take more of your stock-related queries. Welcome back, and let's have a quick look what the markets are up to, because there's been a good recovery from the day's lowest point actually, because the time we started the show actually the Nifty was down over 150 points, is now seen to be having a good recovery on an intraday basis. Even Nifty Bank has seen a recovery of over 200 points from the day's lowest point. It's Tata Motors that is leading from the front, because believe just yesterday it wasn't the day of Tata Motors. The stock did kick off in today's trading session. One of the top gainers, ONGC, on the back of that brokerage note, is up around 3%. Even Titan, IndusInd Bank, as well as Maruti Suzuki are some of the counters that are lending support. And throughout the show, there's been the stocks that are seeing good recovery, and our team has also been flashing those counters on the bottom of your screen. So let's wait and see whether or not we once again try to touch that 24,200 mark or not. But good recovery indeed. But with this, let's move on and let's get back to all your stock related queries then. And Rajesh, the next query that I have is coming in from Vidya. Her query is on Titan. She's holding 40 shares at a price of 3,320 rupees. She's in a good profits right now. But what to do with this one? Book profits or continue to hold?
Yeah, so in the last two sessions, we have seen strong momentum in Titan and can hold on to the longs, possibly headed towards 3,600. And in the near term, 3,400 is a strong support. In fact, any dip can be bought with a target of 3,600 to 3,650 as a target.
Lots of take coming in as far as Titan is concerned, but the next one that we in fact have is coming in from Lakshmi, writing to us from Bengaluru, Rupak, and wants to know about Zaggle Prepaid Services. 25 shares, buy price was 560 rupees. So what do you make of this counter then? Rupak?
So the stock has been moving higher after it made a low of 518 kind of level. The strength is there. I think the strength might remain in the short term also. On the higher end, the stock might move towards 610, 620 kind of level. Till the time it is remaining above 550. So 550 can be placed as a stop loss, and then the stock can be held for a target of 620.
The next query that I have is coming in from Dayanand from Bangalore. And Rupak, if you can help him with his investments in Geo Finance, he's holding 200 shares. Buy price is 340 rupees. He's at a slight loss in this particular stock, but good time to average at this particular level. He can continue holding it for the next 6 to 12 months.
Average the stock here, and a stop loss can be placed below 300. And on the higher end, the stock might recover towards 320 kind of level in the short term. Above 320, further recovery looks possible.
The take coming in as far as Geo Financial Services then is concerned, but the next one that we have is coming in from Nikhil Sharma, writing to us from Mumbai. Wants to know about the 60 shares of NTPC that he's holding on to. Buy price was just about 339 rupees, Rajesh. So what do you make of this one then?
So if we see during the July month, there was a strong rally with a bullish gap. And after testing that bullish gap, the stock has resumed positive momentum in this week. So keeping a stop loss of 325 to 330, the stock can be held. In the near term, the stock prices can bounce back towards 365 to 368 levels.
Right, that's the take on NTPC then. Moving on, the next query that I have is coming in from Mati from Trichy. Quite an interesting name, but Rupak, if you can help her with her investment in Ramco Cements at a price of 1,060 rupees, can hold for the next 3 months. Any support or target levels to highlight here?
Supports would be placed at stop loss would be placed below 950. 950 is a very good level as a support. And then on the higher end, we have a resistance at around 990 at 1000. Above 1000, the stock might move towards 1100 in the short term.
And the next one that we in fact have is coming in from Sudha, writing to us about a couple of counters that she has at a loss. Colgate and Cyient are the ones that she's talking about. She's a long-term investor. But Rupak, what do you make of these two counters then?
So Cyient is looking a bit negative. I think there is a resistance at around 1835, 1840 kind of level. Above 1840, the stock might move up towards the higher level. But till the time it is not happening, I think it's a sell on rise kind of stock. Other stock is Colgate. I think Colgate is likely to witness a recovery. The stock has made a bottom, short-term bottom has been made, and then the stock is ready for a move towards 3,000 in the short term. And a stop loss can be placed below 2680.
The next query, Rajesh, is coming in from Shrikant from Hyderabad, who is holding Birla Soft since 2022. He's holding 200 shares, buy price is 450 rupees. Would you advise to go ahead and book profits in this one and rather make an investment into Wipro?
Yeah, so definitely Wipro is an outperformer and continues to look good. While Birlasoft in the last 1 year, it has traded at its lower end. So as of now, Birlasoft has a support of somewhere around 540, which has been acting as a multiple bottom. And once the stock prices bounce back towards 630 to 640, since we are expecting a bounce, he can look for a bounce and then he can switch to the Wipro.
Rajesh is talking about how Wipro has had an impressive performance coming in, but the next one that we had is coming in from Padma Siva, writing to us from Bengaluru, in fact. Wants to know about Federal Bank, 100 shares at a buy price of 210 rupees. Rupak, what do you make of this one then?
Good stock to hold. I think the stock has recently given a consolidation breakout. Also, the stock has moved beyond above 200 days moving average. Short-term target can be placed around 220. Above 220, further upside looks possible. Currently, the stock has a stop loss of 198.
The next query that I have is coming in on Tata Steel, and Rupak, if you can help Balachandran, who has been holding 500 shares of Tata Steel. He didn't share his buy price here, but overall, where do you see the stock headed?
Found support around its previous swing low, and there is a positive divergence which is seen on the daily chart, and on the higher end the stock might move towards 145. Above 145 the stock might move up towards 156 kind of level. So immediate target is placed at 145 and support is at 137.
So those are the kind of support levels that Rupak is highlighting when it comes to Tata Steel. But the next one that we in fact have is coming in from R. Ganesh, writing to us from Bengaluru, wants to know about Angel One. Is it a good time to buy, Rajesh?
Due to compliance, I won't be able to, discuss on Angel One.
To Rupak, what do you think about this one then?
So currently, Angel One is sustaining below 200 days moving average, but the long-term chart is looking very good for the stock, and I think a decisive move above 2900 might take the stock towards 3400 in the short term.
That's the take on Angel One. But Rupak, the next query is coming in from Drishti, writing to us all the way from UAE, holding over 200 shares of IndusInd Bank, one of the key underperformers or the worst performer actually of the year gone by. But Drishti's buy price is 1413 rupees. At this price point, is this a good level to like average, and what should be the strategy here?
So the stock can be averaged out here, and after a long time, the stock is witnessing a significant recovery. And if the stock sustains above 950, the stock might continue recovering towards 1200. Above 1200, further recovery looks possible. But she needs to go step by step with levels. Like first target would be 1200, then above, if it sustains above 1200, then it might move towards the higher level.
And that's the take coming in as far as IndusInd Bank then is concerned. But with that completely timed out, thank you so much, Rupak, as well as Rajesh, for joining us. Those were all the queries that we could pack for you on the show. But with this, we're completely timed out on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.